For Cortland native Terri Stefanko, discovering new technology has opened up a magical new world for her artwork.
Initially, the shift to digital art was intimidating because it's a lot more complicated with all these different tools and which app do you use. And it was when I got an iPad with an Apple Pencil that I could actually draw like I would with a pencil that I really started feeling comfortable with the shift. The big thing for me is that undo button, and I can just delete things and start over, which with oil painting you can't do, and you can't put another layer on an oil painting sometimes for up to a week because it takes a long time to dry. So my process had become a lot faster. Ever since then, my style has really sort of evolved into something that feels more like me and more like what I'm trying to express. So I went from more traditional art to now this very stylized art with this real purpose of bringing magic to the world.
And the new technology opened up new artistic paths, including writing 2 books and illustrating both of them.
Usually it's an idea. So it's a story that I'm trying to tell, something that I'm trying to express. And then usually I'll have sort of a visual in mind. I try to write the whole thing out before I actually then create the illustrations. But for me, it's sort of this theme, and I'll often have like a character in mind. Sort of my mission, or what I want people to get out of my art, is realizing that they are magic themselves. So you are magic is sort of this theme that comes out through all of my work. So my first book, Moonlit Trails, is a collection of poems, and each poem is accompanied by an illustration. And so they're really about following your own path, believing in yourself, doing different things, and knowing that you have the magic inside of you.
And those books and line of illustrated greeting cards led her to cross paths with Boardman native Cathy Klein, who recently opened Gogo in Ravenna.
So I started Gogo in September of 2022, and I started as a mobile bookstore or a pop-up shop. It was referred to as both. So I would go around to different vendor events and put up my tent and my tables and sell books. I was always passionate about books. I used to work in bookstores over 20 years ago, and I'd always wanted to get back into the business. Once I knew that an independent bookstore is what people in our community were really craving to have, then I really started looking at spaces and making sure that I had a spot that people could come to, not only for books, but I like to think of myself as a community space, because a lot of the times book lovers want a place to gather, to talk with people about books, or to meet authors like we have today.
The new store offers more than books: community activities, great conversation, and of course, book signings.
I think book signings are very important because we have a lot of local talent that people aren't even aware of. And so when I meet the local authors and talk to them, I want to help everybody else find them too. And so having them here at my store helps people have a place to come specifically to meet them, see what their work is like, and to maybe see something that's different, read something that's different than what they typically read. I, as a reader, love to connect with authors, so I think that that is probably what most people benefit from. It gives you a more personal sense of who's behind the book, some of their thought processes maybe, depending on how in-depth you get into a conversation with them. You get to see another side of them, and just it makes it all more personal. And as a book lover, I love that aspect.
Now, as an established author, illustrator, and instructor, Terri has this advice for those young and old alike.
My advice would be to just believe in yourself. So that's usually an age where we encounter somebody who tells us to do something else, or who maybe doesn't believe in this being something that we can actually pursue as like a lifestyle. But I would say stay with it and keep that imagination. We didn't have iPads. We barely had the internet as a kid. But I would say play outside, enjoy the world around you. A lot of what inspires my art is the natural world. and being in nature. So leave your devices at home, go play with your friends, be outside. If you are looking at your device, try to do something creative, right? Maybe you draw something on your iPad. Look for inspiring things on your iPad, but don't spend too much time there. Do things on paper too. Play outside, connect with the people around you.